Mike, back onto this team, this dysfunction, everything that's going on right now. Do the 49ers have a problem with evaluating talent, whether that's free agency or draft? Are they doing something incorrectly?
That's a really, really tough question. Initially, you kind of want to say yes, right? But then a larger part of me has to say no, because you look at Lenore. We saw it's like, wow, this kid's way better than what we thought. But then it's like, well, yeah, but Ambry Thomas was drafted before him, and what's he doing, right? Then you look at, yeah, Trey Sermon, right? Elijah Mitchell. This kid looks great. Trey Sermon was drafted before him. Like, what the heck is going on here? All right. You look at even Brandon Ayuk. All camp, you heard Sherfield. He's killing it out there. It seemed like he had leapfrog Brandon Ayuk, the first round pick, and Ayuk is still just out there running routes for the hell of it, right? He's just out there doing wind sprints, and it's like, well, what is this team doing? Like, how is this happening, right? This is what I settled on, because I was thinking about this recently. I think the team evaluates talent. I think they do a good job at it. I think the team at a certain point outsmarts themselves. Everybody thinks Brandon Ayuk should be getting more targets. Everybody thinks Trey Lance should be getting more reps. Everybody thinks we should see more of Trey Sermon. That game that he played in against Seattle, we were like, yo, there it is. That's what we've been wanting to see, right? The ground and pound, the thudder right there up the middle. That's the guy that we wanted to see. So I can't say that they don't know how to evaluate talent. Hufanga looks like he's going to be a player, right? I mean, we've seen the 5th round picks come in and out. Trent Taylor was, when healthy, very good. George Kittle, very good. They got a lot out of Colbert. I mean, this team has done things in the later rounds. Look at freaking the 2 offensive linemen they drafted, right? Aaron Banks, what the heck were they doing? But then you look at Jalen Moore, and it's like, that guy's a really good tackle. He could replace Mike McGlinchey. Like, this guy's really good. They evaluate talent. They do it well, but then they start doing this weird stuff with, like, we're going to play you because we need you, but as soon as we don't need you anymore, you haven't earned this playing time yet. And they pull these guys back. I don't know where Lenore has been. They're saying that he's transitioning to nickel, that, it's I don't know anymore. They're doing something that's very strange. They're not using the players right, but the talent is, you can't second guess it. The talent is there.
That's a good point. The talent, yeah, maybe they're good at spotting it, but not good at cultivating it or developing it, working with it. Maybe that's the best term. Because once they get in, things get funky. There's this infamous rumored, I'll speculate it, Kyle Shanahan's doghouse. Players get in, never get out. Matt and I talked about it this week on our our post-game show. Does it help the team when Kyle and John come out here and publicly critique guys? I can't say it does. I mean, look, it broke Dante Pettis. Dante Pettis was a broken man up there at those press conferences after a season and a half of Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he literally looked like somebody that was, keep him away from the bridges, because that dude was not in a good headspace. And that was 100% due to Kyle Shanahan just being way too hard on him. And I don't know, my personal theory is Kyle Shanahan's probably thinking, I played the wide receiver position. I know what it takes. I know what it takes to be elite. But dude, you did not play at any sort of high level at all. You are not known as a beast wide receiver. It's like, come on, man. So I don't know. There's this weird high standard that he puts on specifically, it seems like, the receivers. But on the other hand, you handpicked these guys. So how can you come out and then say, oh, I don't know, they're not coming along the way I wanted? You selected them. You passed over guys like CeeDee Lamb, who's a complete beast in Dallas. Who knows if the roles were reversed? Would we be saying the same thing about CD here? CD's a bust. CD's not making it. CD's not owning up or living up to his status. I don't know, man. But yeah, okay. So this is Joey Ardondo. Go ahead.
I just want to say something about that wide receiver position in particular. I went on this little tirade about how Kyle does something with how he deploys players in his system, where he takes away what makes these guys special. It seems like if you don't run this route this way, at this depth, and get to this point at this moment, you're not doing it right and we don't want you out here. But then if that's the case, just draft anybody and make them do that. Don't go out there and get the guy with the long reach. You're not using these guys to what makes them special, what caught your attention in the first place, if you want them to come out there and be robots. That seems to me to be a massive problem with how Kyle Shanahan is trying to use these guys. He wants to like you not every Christian McCaffrey cannot be used the same way that a guy like Adrian Peterson can be used. They're two complete, or Saquon Barkley. They're two completely different styles of running backs, right? A Julio Jones is very different from a Tyreek Hill, right? Like different statures, like this stuff is not the same. And unfortunately, Kyle, it seems like, I'm not there, I don't know this to be, biblical or anything, but it seems like Kyle wants people to run routes a very specific way. He wants running backs to look and do very specific things. And it's like, then what was the point of drafting this type of guy if you just want him to do exactly what Kendrick Bourne did?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? And I was thinking, everybody sees Patrick Mahomes since he became the starter, and everybody probably thinks what I would do to have a quarterback like that on my favorite team. I bet you Kyle Shanahan sees him and he is shitting bricks because he's like, stick to the play. He's probably freaking out, so angry that he's ad-libbing these plays, but it works. But Kyle would probably have benched him after 2 games of that, and we never would have even known Patrick Mahomes was special because he's not doing what Kyle Shanahan wants. I mean, I'm being facetious here. Obviously, I'm joking, but it does seem like, Mike, you're onto something, that he wants robots. And I think that's why he was so infatuated with Kirk, because it was like, Kirk can do what I want him to do, and he's not the type of quarterback to do too much else. And he can do just enough to get me there, and that's all I need. And maybe he puts too much trust and faith in his system. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on.